Elon Musk seems to be diving back into conspiracy theories. He recently tweeted and since deleted a meme that it was at least a little suspicious that an expert that debunked the Pizzagate conspiracy theory had gone to jail for child porn. Another post, Musk linked to an AP article about an ABC News journalist who pleaded guilty to federal child pornography charges, though there was seemingly no connection between that journalist and Pizzagate.
Twitter users were quick to bring up Musk's own connections to dubious characters. One user posted a side-by-side with Musk's tweet and a picture of Musk with Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, of course, was the right-hand man of Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I don't know why Elon Musk is really interested in Pizzagate these days.
It's particularly strange, one, because the meme doesn't make sense. There's no no connection between
right.
the person.
I guess some journalist wrote an article saying Pizzagate was made up, and later that person is the accusation. I'm not sure who this person is, but was convicted of sexual misconduct or underage sexual misconduct. I don't know.
No, there's no connection between the journalist and Pizzagate. I don't think that journalist even wrote about Pizzagate.
Okay.
I just think it's a random journalist who happens to have child pornography and convicted of child pornography. And then also over here, there's a thing called Pizzagate. So people are obviously concerned about it, for one, because conspiracy around Pizzagate led someone to taking a gun and shooting within the restaurant where Pizzagate was supposed to have happened. There is already evidence of theorizing on this point leading to actual violence and threats. So one might, as the largest user on Twitter and someone who's very influential, at least be very careful when making these kinds of statements.
Yeah,
and not be patently inaccurate when making these kinds of statements.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, there's no accuracy to those statements. Also, people, I don't know, the right has gotten very into this whole child sex trafficking narrative that, frankly, is a plot to give law enforcement more power to surveil us and should be treated very skeptically, in my view. Of course, there are some victims of sexual crimes out there. A lot of crimes against children in general and sexual crimes are committed by family members. The whole, your child being kidnapped off the street by a stranger, which happens in TVs and movies, virtually never happens in real life. It's like one of the rarest categories of crime there is. All kids that are taken, virtually all of them, are in some kind of custody dispute or they're runaways. Some of the runaways, yes, enter prostitution, and it's really bad, and we should, that's illegal, and they can arrest if they're falling into bad situations with people who are pressuring them into it. Those people can face jail. Some people have this idea that children are just grabbed left and right, and we need to put vastly more law enforcement resources toward this project that will ultimately be about growing the government to do more surveillance and censorship.
I mean,
it's very bad. Why a lot of libertarian Republican members of Congress voted against FOSTA, SESTA, and all those national bills that were ostensibly aimed at combating these things.
Sure, but there also seems to be specifically, I will say, maybe you can speak to this, conservative energy around child sex trafficking, child exploitation, and specifically that you see come out in the hype around movies like Sound of Freedom, right? Mm-hmm. There's in Pizzagate this idea that we are moral and religious and conservative socially here on the right. They're lascivious and perverted on the left, and that's part of why you should not join their political operation or movement. At the same time that you had the Sound of Freedom movie guy, the guy who was inspired the movie, ended up getting sued by 5 women for sexual assault. You had one of the funders of the movie that you saw in the credits himself being arrested for child kidnapping, irony of all ironies. And you get repeatedly, there's pedophiles in every echelon of society, regrettably. I don't think this is a political issue, but there does seem to be an effort to connect the Democratic Party with child sex trafficking, even at the same time as we see who affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, every
it runs
political
the gamut.
figure under
exactly.
the sun.
She's with Donald Trump. She's with Hillary Clinton. Like it's everywhere. So what is with this effort to try to make it like, oh, the libs are pedophiles? The libs are problems for substantive reasons that I would agree with.
Yeah.
But what is this idea of trying to politicize something like pedophilia?
Yeah, I'm ultimately warning against it because I think the government is going to use this power for ill, which is why and we should be true. We should be truthful and accurate about the reality of crime because we can't prevent. Again, we want to protect children from sexual misconduct. It does exist. It absolutely happens, but it's not typically happening under the circumstances that a lot of these people are describing. And these solutions are not going to be tailored to to tackling this sort of thing. In fact, on this category of crime, I saw this story being covered in a lot of places that this top Pentagon official, Stephen Hovanek, I believe is his name, who was arrested, and the headlines are all arrested in a sex trafficking sting. I think we have some video footage of this sting. Can we play that?
Wade County Sheriff's Office released their motel video of Stephen Hovanek and an undercover officer during a human trafficking sting November 15th. During his arrest, he claimed that he was at the hotel to get a massage. Deputies say his interaction with the undercover officer raises questions about that claim.
So what's up? Steve, by the way. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? Beautiful.
Thank you. I answer yourself.
You got to go to shower before I got here.
I appreciate it. So I'm going to come in here showered.
Hovanek has been identified as the chief of staff for all military schools in the U.S. and oversees the education of thousands of military-dependent children. He's 64 years old and lives in Sharpsburg, according to his arrest report.
So, that should be fine, but I'm just going to let you know I don't play the full day. That's all.
I'm sure.
That's it.
Okay. I think that's fair.
So the person in that video that he's meeting with, that's an adult woman. It's actually an undercover police officer. And they're arresting him. They're saying so no underage person was in danger. No person was in danger at all because the only person there was actually an undercover police officer. And again, this is my libertarianism emerging. Who cares if a dude pays for a massage with a woman who is consenting adult?
A massage, Robby?
This is not. I don't care. This is what law enforcement. You agree with me?
No, I don't think
law enforcement is going to waste
illegal.
their time on this stuff. There was a carjacking in front of my office yesterday. There was actually the person. This happened right outside my office yesterday. We watched it happen from the windows. Somebody, the guy whose car it was, wrestled the guy to the ground and held him there, and got the perpetrator pepper sprayed him and had a weapon, and he held him down until the police arrived. So maybe there are actual things police can be dealing with instead of harassing people in this kind of circumstance. I know other people feel differently. I think this should be legal. I don't care about this. This isn't a threat to anyone. It's not a threat to children.
Yeah,
it's very stupid.
The linking, it's the same. The guy's job responsibility includes overseeing children. That has anything to do with him paying for sex with an adult woman is bizarre.
Yeah.
And framing it, I don't quite understand the sex trafficking in lieu of a prostitution charge.
Yes.
It does make it feel like someone's doing something somehow more insidious than the world's oldest profession, doing something against the woman's will, as opposed to something that just happens to be against the law because that's what we've decided in this country.
Yeah, but tell us what you think. Hotly debated subject. We'll have more Rising right after this.